Today's show is sponsored by Indie Film Hustle's Filmmaker Process. We provide filmmakers with professional services to get their films or series funded, finished, and distributed. For more information, go to filmmakerprocess.com.
One of the films that you directed that I absolutely adore, and I've seen just a ton of times, is Remember the Titans. It was just such a wonderful, wonderful film. How did you get involved with that? Because you didn't write that one, right? You were just a director for that?
I mean, I did rewrites, but no, look, it was, I had made Fresh. I made a movie about a frustrated Hasidic housewife with Renee Zellweger called A Price Above. It's always a popular genre.
Yes, box office gold, sir.
Box office gold, frustrated Hasidim. Although they did a really good one on Netflix this year that got a lot of attention, I have to say. It's called, what was it called? Unreligious or something? I don't remember. Anyway, Shira Haas was fantastic in it. Anyway, but I was actually in a position where I was having a hard time, as I always find myself, a hard time getting anything made. The Bruckheimer people reached out to me about the movie, and frankly, the truth of the situation is this: none of the big directors that they wanted for that movie were willing to do it because Disney was only giving him a very limited budget. So the usual Bruckheimer suspects, Tony Scott, people like that, were just like, "I'm not going to do this."
I don't get up for less than $100 million.
He was doing what he does sometimes, which is he then looks for like an independent whatever, someone that he can bring in. And I needed a job. I had no interest in making a football film or a Disney film, but I recognized that if I didn't try and do something like that, that I was going to be in trouble. And I kind of auditioned for it. The script was like 140 pages long. And in one weekend, I kind of cut 40 pages out and restructured things and showed it to them. And they were like, "Okay, you've got the job." And I went and I made it. I wish I had been less conflicted about it and enjoyed the process more. It was very challenging to make a film that became like by far the most successful film I could have made, and it was the film I was least interested in many ways at the same time, and that's always a blow in some way. I wish I had handled it better and with a little bit more fun and grace, but it's sort of what ended up happening.
Yeah, and it was a fairly big hit, I remember.
It was a huge hit, and it's very watchable till this day. So
absolutely. I mean, I could turn it on with my girls and we just watch it. It's just such and there's the twist, the heartbreaking scene, and you're just like, oh my God, like there's so much emotion in that. And what was it like working with Denzel on that project and directing it? Once you've got two features under your belt at that point, right? And then
two small features.
Right. So then you got Denzel. Who was Denzel at that time? He was still Denzel.
He was Denzel. He wasn't Denzel post Titans and post Training Day, which he made next.
Right.
Those two movies, 1-2 punch, really solidified Denzel as like the major star. But at the time, he still was, he still was Denzel Washington. And I can't say that it's like I direct. You basically just, where are you going to be, and then okay, let's make sure we get the close-up and the medium shot. And but he knew what he was doing to an extremely high degree.
Sure.
I think he was seeing the same movie as I was, and so it went pretty smoothly in that regard.
To watch the rest of this interview, head over to bulletproofscreenwriting.tv.